So today, I think I'm going to give a crack at building a cathedral, specifically a Gothic cathedral. I've been asked in the comments to build this, and by the way, if you ever have any build suggestions for me to do in a video, just drop a comment, and if I like your idea, maybe I'll pick it and credit your name. But yeah, today we're going to do a cathedral. I've never really done this before. I don't think I have. Maybe I've built a church once, but I want to build a big, proper cathedral today. So, hope you like the sound of that, and let's get started. So here's the spot. Jace, right? Beautiful, right? So I flattened this down a little bit. There was a forest here. And here is my palette. So I'm going to go with a fairly light color theme. I know Gothic maybe implies dark, brooding, stone, and whatever, but this is pretty warm. I've selected some different wall textures. There's some really cool fences here. I don't really know like what all this stuff even is. It just looked awesome. Some columns, and then this will be some various roof blocks. But yeah, if this is your first time with this series, I've done about 10 videos now of this mostly unedited building. It's pretty chill. Hopefully it'll take me a couple hours to build this. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty massive. So it's just a long, mostly unedited experience. But let's get started with the walls. And I will say, I think that this is going to be a pretty symmetrical build. So hopefully it won't take me too long if I only really have to build half of it. But I think it'll take up roughly this much room. And I'll just sit here on the riverbank. But let's just start with some symmetry, and I'll lay out the shape of the building. Like the front entrance will go right about here. Yeah, it might be a little bit tricky with symmetry because this side is not the same height, but that's not a big deal. I can terraform that pretty easily. So I know that there's some pretty big windows typically in churches. So I think as a start, each side is going to have like 4 really grand windows. And I guess they'll be, I don't know, like 6 blocks large? I don't really know what scale to make this build yet. Let's just do 7, so it's odd, not even. It's pretty hard to build with even blocks. Move, Jerry. So just at a glance, yeah, this feels like a good size. We'll do one more and then like a big tower back there. I want to be able to walk into this building and it just be like, holy shit, this place is huge, you know? Which I hope I made the doorway large enough, but we'll see. I mean, I don't want it to be like absurdly massive where it takes days to build it. Okay, so there's the windows. And then I guess we'll start the tower here. We'll start there, and then there could be an alternate entrance, I suppose. What on earth? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, an entrance could go here. 3 blocks or 5 blocks? Maybe just 3. Yeah, I mean, again, I know that I said Gothic Cathedral at the start. I think the architecture will still be that, but I feel like people typically think of that as like a really depressing looking church or cathedral. I don't know if I'll do that. Like right now, this feels very bright, these colors. But I don't know. I have no idea what would be realistic for the materials they would use to build this kind of thing back in the, year 1000 or something. Now, I will say, is this large enough? This tower? Because I want it to be like a big bell tower on the end, and if it's like this, it doesn't look very large. Maybe we could extend it with like a curved window at the end. Like that. Or something. That could be part of the tower. I feel like that's usually how it goes, right? The back is kind of curved. I think this is pretty good. It looks a little small, I will say, but I think for the time that I want to spend on this, I don't want it to be like a mega build. This feels reasonable. So now let's build up the walls, and I want to remember, like, this is the base coat, but if I could get a more orangey color that it kind of gradients into, that would be cool. But it just very, very quickly becomes this gold, which I don't want. I want like a burnt orange, but not copper either. It's hard to know what I'm going for. I mean, there's like these glazed terracotta blocks. It's kind of cool. We'll see. I guess I could carve out the shape of the windows too. Because they're going to be arched. I guess I'll introduce a little bit of detail now. That just has so much grit to it though. There's no other wall that's yellow. I mean, it's end stone. Sandstone bricks. That's nice. But yeah, the windows will be like that. And maybe we'll even come in by one. I want them to be pretty pointy, these windows. Which, I mean, on the scale that I'm working with, that's probably as good as it'll get, right? Unless I wanted to get fancy with copycat stuff. I could try that. Let me compare. I'll do another one over here. Compare the designs. Okay, so I need a slab, a stair, and maybe a layer if I really want to get fancy. This just looks a little bit, I don't know, too straight. I want it to be more like a, what would you call it? Like an egg shape almost at the top. I'll still do walls, I think. God's sakes, are these all sand? Yeah, like those don't have the blocks in them yet, but you can see how that would be a little bit pointier. It's not bad. Not perfect either, though. Yeah, that's more what I'm going for. That's too straight. Got a vertical slab and a stair, and then 2 there. I think that's good. Right? I don't want to overcomplicate it. I think that's good. Okay. So let's redo that design. I've gotten into a habit the past few videos where to get myself in the headspace to build in the certain style that I'm doing, I put on music for myself. And it's like the last one was a coastal video, so I did like pirate music. Not in the video, just like me listening to it on YouTube. And right now I'm listening to Russian choir cathedral music. It's very, very pretty. I used to listen to this song called Hymn of the Cherubim, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that right, probably not, but give it a listen on YouTube. It's very beautiful. I do really like kind of haunting Diablo 4, Diablo 3 kind of like cathedral choir music like that. Not that I listen to it on a regular basis, but whenever I hear it, I'm like, wow, that's pretty nice. I don't like classical music. Not really. But it's a form of like old music that I kind of do like. What am I doing here? This doesn't look right. Let me turn off symmetry. Is that the design? I guess it is. I just didn't have blocks in there, so it looks really weird. Okay. Well, I like how this is coming along. It's looking a little bit like a ruin right now. I'm building in a weird way, I know, but this is just kind of how I usually do build. Again, though, I want to look. Is there really nothing that is orange? There's sweet melons. Like, all these blocks are glowstone, so they're going to glow. Like, that would be a cool texture if it just didn't glow. Oh, wait, hold on. What is that? They're just so bright. I mean, this sweet melon maybe could work. It's pretty desaturated. That is so bright. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want it to all be just solid sandstone. That's my point. Let's go back to the front. This has no development yet. Save that for later. Oh. Circle. I moved the symmetry. How did that happen? I wish you could lock it in place. Did I mess this up? Well, it looks fine. I'll probably revisit that later, though. Alright, so I think we'll have two kind of small square towers here. And we'll do a smaller window. Yeah, 3 blocks wide is fine. A little higher off the ground, though. Yeah, right about there. That's fine. This looks a little bit thick right here. How tall is this going to be? Like until the roof starts? Probably right about there, honestly. Maybe one more block. No, actually, I think right here is fine. It's a little early for detail, but this is starting to look a little nice. Somewhat. Let me finish the last window before I get ahead of myself. I think there are straight up vertical slabs called plates. I could just use these. It'll save me some time having to fill that in. Alright, that's starting to look cool. Windows feel actually a little too low to the ground. Oh, wait, that's kind of an issue though, isn't it? If I want to move them up, it's going to be hard to do that. Well, the alternative is I could just lower the ground. That would probably be better, I think. I don't want them to be quite this low. They're also a little too wide. I think this should actually not be like this. This should just be all plates. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, way better, way better. But I'll definitely move the ground down. Because I want it to feel like a fortress, in a way. Like a big, maybe where they would hide gold during sieges. Alright. Looks cool. Let me finish up this section, and then maybe we'll start planning out the roof. Okay. Looks cool. So I know that with cathedrals, they have those like beams. I think the Notre Dame has that. I don't know what they're called, but they have like these little like support things. So I'm gonna try to start with the roof a little bit. Like it'll be just like a roof from here to here, and there'll be more building there, and then we'll have those support beams going up at an angle. So I think the depth of the angle though should be fairly light, like every 2 blocks. And it should probably go to about there. So let me just try this out. And then we'll grab the roof blocks and put that on top. 'Cause I know that that is the same color. I'm going to use this stuff here. And also, there was like this sideways column thing. This. The sandstone sculpted relief. Looks like a very cool block. Put like right there. Alright. Let me put this layer down. How's that looking at a glance? That looks fine. This, I know, looks very Roman right now, but it'll look like a church. See, what? Hate when the symmetry moves because I'm scrolling too fast. Okay, so there's that part. And then we'll go back to the wall setup and bring this up like this. Probably about that tall. I'll have windows up here as well. So, super flat, I know, but now we could think about where the beams will go, or at least, I guess, how they'll connect up to these pillars, because that's what this really is for. I think what I'll do here is get these sideways copycat stairs and make these like little pillar things. I just don't want them to connect though. That's annoying. Why are they doing that? Like, can they not just exist independently? Like that. There we go. Okay. That's what I wanted. So, yeah, like that tall. And then... Can I do a vertical step? Like that. Oh. Oh, money. But because it's 2 blocks, I can't put a block in the middle now. Which maybe is fine, but the idea was to get a copycat beam strut, and then you put a block that you want in your offhand, and connect it up. What angle should it be? Fairly steep. Like that. You know how churches, like, they have those things? That's kind of the idea. I just don't know if it'll look dumb if I have 2. No, I don't think so. It looks pretty cool. That'll look fire, yeah. This is still very basic detail, though. I always hate this stage of building when you don't quite have, like, the vision established, so it all kind of looks like shit. It's a frustrating part to get through. It's like the valley of despair. Well, anyways, let's move on to the next one. Oh, but this one, these ones are 3 blocks. Okay, that's a little tricky. Because I think if it was 3 beams wide, that might look a little bit silly. I guess I could just do the same thing and just do it like this. I want this to attach to a more specific part, though. Like, maybe it just juts out by a wall. Like down here. This thing? Yeah, just so it has some more detail. Oh wait, that's weird. It disconnected part of it? That's too tall. I think it was this layer. Yeah, that's cool. Feels sturdy. And then we'll do windows in between each one of these things. Alright, and then... Oh, we'll do 2 more, yeah. Okay, so now we'll do the beams, which is the easy part. I don't think symmetry works with these things. I'll have to do the other side manually. That's fine. Oh yeah, and the texture too. What in the hell happened over here? Don't tell me it moved. It didn't. This got fucking ravaged. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh man. Alright, well, ignoring that damage, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I think one block wide would have looked really flimsy. And in a way, these do look a little flimsy, but maybe with the windows and more detail, it'll be fine. Before I forget, though, let's fix this absolute mess over here. I don't know what the hell happened. It's like it's all in by one. Like, what even? What on earth? I have no idea what happened. I need to, like, have some sort of guide to work with here. You know what? We'll do that later. I'll do that later. Let's do the roof now. This is going to be more like an A-frame, like straight up, you know, one block step-ups. Like that. I hope that's not too high. Alright, it feels kind of small, but maybe this will be like a regional church or something. I've never built a church before, so I'm still figuring out the scale. This is centered, right? I'm throwing myself off. I think it is. I think the front needs to come out by several blocks, actually. Feels too squished. Like more like there? I think so. Because there needs to be a roof over here, and it was like slammed up right against the front of this thing. Some sideways windows would be really cool. If I could fit them. Oh, that's a cool window. I like that. Alright, oh yeah, this needs to be extended now. Like this needs to be conjoined back to this. I think we'll definitely do a window right here too. I guess... what about there? There's gonna be another A-frame roof there, I think. Switch back to this. Maybe one block higher. Alright, now I did talk about doing this roof up here. Might as well give this a crack. And then after that, I'll do the tower. That's a big component that's missing. At a glance, how's that gonna look? Not too bad. Ah, man, I need to have the tower. I think I need to have that before I get too far in this. And honestly, I don't know if there'll be enough room back here. I'm gonna have to extend the church that way. We'll see. Like, I want to have enough detail in this. Let's just move the whole thing back. I need more room. Yeah, because it's going to be like a square tower. Let me just measure it this way. Like, I want it to be kind of that big. Maybe a little smaller. I mean, just as wide as whatever this is. There's a ruler tool in Axiom. That's 24 blocks. And that's 35 blocks. But that just... okay, maybe I don't need to make it a perfect square, because that's just insanely big. Yeah, that's huge. How can I do this then? Because I want it to be a symmetrical tower. Tricky. Well, maybe I start up higher. This might be counterintuitive, but... like, I'm seeing a window. up here. 5 blocks wide? Maybe 7 blocks. This is the biggest part of the tower, so it should be pretty grand. I need a stair there. Ah, it's so cool looking. Wow. Yeah, so something like that. Maybe, well, the roof is going to be in the way of that, so a couple blocks taller. I think the roof is going to be here. Yeah, that's good. It was a little too tall. And then in that case, we'll have it go even higher, because this is just the tower. Like that. And then I'll build one side and then rotate it and clone it, and then that'll dictate the size of what the tower needs to be. That's how I'll do it. That's almost like a mosque. That's not really what I'm trying to do, but okay. Right, okay, and then we'll do a really tall spire roof, but this needs to come down more. This will be a 4x4 right here. I'll redo that. That looks too much like a mosque. I'm not going for that type of thing. Should be like a Gothic thing. this beam is going to get in the way. This last one right here, but that's fine. Oh, what was that block called? The sandstone relief? That would be cool here. Yeah, very cool. That doesn't look good. I'll work on it. I'm overthinking that design. Yeah, this is definitely going to get in the way. That's okay. We'll do still one beam. Like that. That's fine. So yeah, this will come straight down. And then some like thick supports on the side. I'm almost done with the sample, and then I'll clone it on all four sides. This also is going to go straight into the roof. Hopefully that's fine. Because it'd be kind of weird if the pillars just went straight into the cathedral hall. This is how it's going to feel, by the way. Cool. It's not quite as open as I guess I had hoped. I thought the ceiling would be taller, but yeah, it's fine. So yeah, I guess right about here we'll start doing like the curving down bit. Like that. And that'll come out. Well, actually, come out farther. Yeah, something like that, I think. Oh, that's gonna get in the way of that. Never mind. This is okay. Alright. I think it's time to clone at least the top part, not so much the supports. I'll do that separately. And we'll see how it looks. This might be a little bit tricky to figure out where it's gonna line up. Well, I guess this is how I'll do it. I will get the ruler and measure. So there's 19 blocks. So that means that I need to have a 19 block wide X in the middle. 19, wow, perfect. Perfect count. I think that's the center point. 10, well, 9 and 9. Yeah, okay. That's the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll just copy it along these outer blocks, right? I think that's how that works. I don't know, we'll see. This is kind of a risk. Well, not a risk, but just could be confusing. I should have really just built this thing with radial symmetry turned on, but I didn't. That was my bad. So, flip this that way. So, I got one block there, meaning it needs to come in by one block. That. And then, wow, it's actually really easy. I'm like docking like that little sandstone block with this. It's like my guiding mark. There's that one. And then one more. Boom. So, 3 blocks, 2 blocks. Okay, all looks the same on either side. That wasn't too bad. Wow, that looks so monstrous now. Okay. I know I'm building this in such a bizarre way. Like, who the hell builds like this? Alright, so now for... Well, I wouldn't say even for the remainder of the tower build I turn on radial symmetry because... Like, if I build a support on this wall, it's going to build it into the church, you know? Which, I don't know, maybe that's fine and I just, like, clean it up after. I also noticed that this is now off. Right there. Let's just do that. I'm going to turn on radial symmetry, meaning that all sides are going to get affected equally. And then whatever mess I create inside the church, I'll just clean up after. I think that's for the best. Well, I don't really know what the difference is between radial symmetry, doing all the sides, and just turning on Z and X. You know, like that. Is that not the same thing? I don't know. Either way, let's start doing these outer bits now. God, this tower's huge. I like it though. This has the scale that I was hoping it would now. Okay, that looks correct enough. I still do not know how the back is going to look yet. That's going to take some experimenting. Man, this place looks cool. It's going to look very tall once the roof is on, especially. Right now that's missing, which, hey, you know what? Let's just do that right now. Because I was going to have to turn on radial symmetry for that part anyways. Oh, wait, that doesn't line up. Whatever. I'll clean it up later. So this is going to be a very, very steep steeple. I believe that's what it's called, the church steeple. Oh, that's what radial symmetry does. It would be affecting it on these sides too. Okay, let's do that. So, how does that look for a steeple? Honestly, I think it looks kind of small. I think it needs to be larger than that in terms of the height. I could double up the thickness so that it starts further out. Like more like this. I want it to be inside these little corner bits still. That's pretty much all the room that I've got. Unless I did this. Here's an idea. I create a lip. Wait, is this every 3 blocks? It is. Like that. And then it's within that steeple. Wait, is symmetry on? Oh my god. I placed it. Dirty bastard. Was that going to be a window? I hope not. I'll have to improvise that if it was. That was a window. Oh yeah, did it do it on that side? Gotta redo it. See, now why is that a block out? Or 2 blocks out? Something is not something's not right here. Let's see. This is 9 blocks. That's 9. That's 8. Oh my god. That's a 9. This is 1 block. Frickle. Oh me. Okay. Hold on. That's going to be pretty important that this is actually correct. It's so hard doing mega builds. You just run into issues like this inevitably when you don't pay attention. No wonder. That's why this gap is here, because these ones are correct with 1 block in the middle. But that is not. So I need to move all of this over by 1. I believe. Oh boy. This might be a little complicated. I mean, it's fine if it's not overly, like, perfectly precise and I'm kind of like layering paint, basically. That's how you could think about this. It's not a big deal if you fuck it up in the beginning, because you can always just redo it or build on top of it, but it's a little frustrating when it doesn't line up with your expectations of how you thought it was going to look. Okay, I think that's everything. Like it's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna grab that, and that's gonna look messy. But wait, hold on. Did I even do that right? That's still 8 blocks. What did I accomplish by doing that? I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to how do I want to do this? Oh wait, no, that was correct. And now we move this back over. Ah, right. I think that's how I'll do this. Like now I grab this. Or wait, what am I grabbing? I'm grabbing these blocks. Like everything all the way down here. And I shift that over by 1. So now that has a block gap, right? And now this, right, okay, now that's 9 blocks. Okay, I fixed it. I mean, there's obviously this huge gap here now, but like I said, layering paint. We're just layering paint. Yeah, because the symmetry was in the wrong spot. That's what was creating discrepancies. So now let me try this again. Starts here. Okay, now fill in the gaps. So the whole point of doing that, by the way, this lip, was so now I have more room to build the church steeple roof. Let me just get rid of all this. I'll redo it. Like instead of it starting there, it can now start here. So, now, yeah, it's a little bit steeper. It's not a dramatic difference, but I think that will look cool. We just got to fill in the whole side. But it's not going to be a circular tower per se. It's going to be like hexagonal almost, I think. So I guess what I mean by that is, oh wait, is there a granite plate? Like something that would match granite here. I mean, there's roof tiles. A terracotta plate. I just want to have like subtle thing on the side. And then, well, I guess it will be a circle. There's only so much control you can really get in Minecraft. That's fine. Oh boy, hold on. That's not right. What's off here? Was that it? Maybe that was it. Okay. Whew. False alarm. That's fine. It needs to go all the way down, obviously. It's like a dunce cap. And we'll have like little crosses or, you know, little details on the roof as well. That's not bad. I want to have a sandstone tower in the corner too. And some darker blocks too, like birch planks. That's cool. I know that this is very plain, being all sandstone, but once it's done, the base coat, as I've said before, that then creates an opportunity to start texturing in new colors. Or like I could scatter in, you know, birch here and there to look like bricks, darker bricks, you know? Do that later though. Oh yeah, limestone as well. I think I had a limestone. Yeah, I had a secondary palette. Maybe we switch to that. It's just very plain right now. That's a pretty sudden difference, but I'll find a way to use it. Limestone ball sack? What does that say? Whoa. That's cool. Where's the center of this fucking thing? Is it here? 3, 3, and 3. There we go. It's tripping me up. Like, is this working? Yeah, okay. It's subtle. I mean, it's different, but it's subtle enough that it still works. These will be like little turrets with the same roof color. Ooh, Dean bricks. That looks cool. That's fine. It's blending in a lot with the main steeple, but that's probably partially because there's no detail. And this is open and all that. Let's fill this in. I don't know how much detail I want to put on this wall quite yet. I mean, it looks pretty plain as is, but you don't want to. I don't want to over detail it. Oh man, God bless radial symmetry. This looks terrible. I'll fill it in later with the proper granite. But just establishing that a lip will go there. Alright, I still want some finer detail, and I mean, I could go insane with copycat bites, but I think it's just too early for that. Still, for detail. I mean, the tower's pretty close to being, like, not, well, not done, but the shape is there. It would probably benefit from finishing up the roof. We could do that. And then after that, what else could we do? Like finish connecting up the back for sure. Maybe start the interior. I don't know. It's a little undercooked for my personal preference right now on the outside. One thing at a time. Oh yeah, and the roof on the front too. That does not look right. That's better. More uniform. I'm also lacking stairs, obviously, but I don't want to cover up the detail. I don't know. I mean, maybe slopes would be best for a build like this. Copycat slopes would take, God, ages to texture. Here, watch this. Meow. 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 Not very efficient. like scaffolding. Oh wait, hold on. Symmetry's not enabled. As usual. Wow, doesn't that look awesome? I think the flatness, though, is going to be more what I'm trying to communicate. This is a more realistic build, I would say. Let's do this side, too. This one you can do with a slope layer. God, this is going to take forever. I'd do it more like this. Actually, it won't take forever. I'll just clone these. That was going to take way too long to place by hand. Oh my god, I'm cheating. I'm using Axiom. Maybe I'll have to pray to God in this cathedral to forgive me. Alright, and then we'll do the other side. Make sure it lines up. Is this correct? There we go. Sweet. And then I'll put symmetry back on for this last part. Because there's like more fine detail with these little crenellations in the way. I don't know why it does that. Like, it just is like, oh, let's raise this one up. I don't think I'm clicking on it. Like, what? What? I didn't click on that. It's like a game of whack-a-mole. Okay. Jesus. That was a lot of clicking. And yeah, it's going to take a lot of texture, all that, but this now opens the door to a much flatter and more realistic roof. And wow, you can walk up and down it. Alright. Well, I also feel like this has given me a chance to revisit what the texture is going to be. Because this has been the roof thus far, but I don't know. I feel like I need to change up something. I love it. Like, little elements of different colors could be cool, like raw iron. I don't know. But I'm going to have to do this by hand, unfortunately. The symmetry doesn't work with copycat filling in. But I guess this won't take that long, actually. Let's just do a base coat of the normal blocks, and then I'll fill in some like more specialty items, iron. Actually, this is pretty quick. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Okay. Now we'll get the wrench. And add in some, like, damaged spots. I don't know. I mean, it's got some pretty aggressive shine to it. Like, that looks really harsh. I mean, the light catches it kind of in an interesting way, but I don't know about that one. It's also, yeah, these steel blocks. I mean, that's more subtle. I just want to have some, like, patterns here and there. I mean, yeah, that's cool. So now you can see the difference, how much more smooth that looks of a roof, because it was looking just kind of like 2013 Minecraft epic build with the blocks, and it just looked too blocky, you know. It's just, and I know it's Minecraft, but for my taste, I think I wanted to be, this build at least, to be a little bit more smooth. But now we could also add like some texture on this lip here with that relief block. This thing. I think that works. I don't know for sure. Oh, Jesus. What on earth? This is like a whole mob farm. The pits of hell in there. Alright, well, let's revisit the tower. Finish this part up. And then that'll have like the base foundation done of the shape of the cathedral. Okay, these should come down like this. All the way down. I'm not sure how well this limestone is working, by the way. I don't know. We'll see. It could be like plaster that they've repaired the walls with or something. Yeah, there'll be a big door right here. That's fine. And then I want it to indent by 1. I guess this could be the orangey block that I've been looking for. I could scatter that around later. And this will be a giant window. Maybe a little more angled than that. Oh, not quite like that. It needs to be like a curve. That's too narrow now. I think that's fine, actually. Now we could start doing a little bit of detail. These relief blocks and stair blocks. I wish there was a gargoyle statue. Wait, okay. Okay. Alright. Where could these go? That's so cool. They're kind of, they don't, they look like rats. They don't look like gargoyles. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. There's also this iron, where is it? Found this block. Iron column, I think. This will be absolutely perfect for the top of the church steeple. And the top of these things. Like this. It sucks that this is a 2x2 though. But like that could work. Alright, now begins the long process of redoing these roofs here, make them more natural. This side could stay like that. It's gonna be hidden anyways. Alright, let's see how this looks before I commit to a much larger steeple. I mean, it's still very blocky. And maybe the way I'll fix that is by turning back on symmetry. And we get the vertical step for these corners. Does it need it at the top? It's just gonna jut out. That sucks that I can't put one in the center. I really wish this was a 1x1 tower. Or like an odd number in the middle. But maybe that doesn't really matter. But I think in that case, let's leave the top as solid blocks. What is this red painted relief? Too bright is what it is. There are nameplates from Create. I wonder if these would look cool. They're like a new type of sign. They're like radio towers. But that's actually kind of interesting. I can get down with that. Alright, there's the new and improved roof design. That looks better, more sleek. I'm not going to replace every single thing here with the sideways stair, though. I'll just place stairs on top and maybe some vertical slabs, because that's going to get insane and just not necessary. By the way, this is super late into the video to mention this, but someone asked me recently, or not asked, but I've seen a couple comments that are like, you know, I like seeing the modded stuff, but it's a little bit demotivating to see you use so many modded blocks, because then it makes it pretty hard to replicate in your own world. Like, you can't really rebuild this kind of thing or get inspiration for this kind of thing when you can't have copycat bytes in a vanilla world. Like, it's a mod, obviously. And I wonder if I should try a video soon, or give it a fair shot, like multiple videos even, of me trying vanilla and just seeing how I would handle it. I would still probably use Axiom if I did that. You know, the mod that lets me have the color picker, because it's just useful. And that's something that, I mean, unless you're literally a Bedrock player, anyone could install. But, I don't know, I understand, like, it being a little bit too complicated. Like, if I saw YouTuber using something like Chisel and Bits where you can, like, edit every pixel, yeah, that would be, I guess it could be entertainment at the most, but I would never expect to watch their build and be like, oh, now I want to build something like that. Oh, but I can't because I'm playing with normal vanilla blocks, right? Like, that would be so overwhelming. And I can see how I'm kind of riding the line. You know, this is like a gateway drug to that kind of thing, but I don't think I'll ever do that. I'm pretty happy with this level of detail, but I don't need more than that. Because it can get really overwhelming. But either way, might consider vanilla building somewhat soon. We'll see. No promises. Alright, well there's all the towers done. The side ones, so that definitely looks better. Now let's put symmetry back on, and we will redo, or add more detail to the main steeple. And this main steeple is odd, so we can do this iron column properly up there. And then we could do a wall on top. And then the column. That's sweet. Oh, I forgot to mention this, by the way. This is pretty important. You can also do something in the middle. Like a little cross. That's cool. So, I don't know if I could do like multiple. Oh, I can. Wait, hold on. Turn off symmetry for a moment. Because it is like a cathedral, so it'd be Christian of some variety. That's so cool. Although I think it should be a little higher, right? Crosses are not, it's not a square. It's like a T. That's better. All right. Well, let's turn back to the tower. We'll turn back to the back part specifically. Good lord, it's a mess down there. We'll finish up this back part and then maybe start doing some interior stuff. But there's still some exterior, very bland details out here that I'll fix that up soon. So we'll go back to the roof palette. I also had these specialty blocks in here for more roof detail, like ancient debris and whatever. That'd be cool. That's more like a detail hotbar, though. So I think the roof should be about there. Of a central point. So something like that. I don't know. There's not enough detail to communicate that. I was trying to go from like a hexagonal roof, but I just don't think there's enough room to communicate that, which is fine. I mean, it's Minecraft at the end of the day. We're not like drawing here. This has to be more like an A-frame, I think. Well, that looks terrible, I know, but don't worry. Now let's bring the walls down. Oh, by the way, there's these massive stone bricks. They're called different massive bricks. And there's a massive sandstone brick. And I think what that means is if I place like a bunch of them next to each other, they look like gigantic bricks, right? And that's actually very cool. Because I've been trying to communicate like big pieces of sandstone, not just like individual bricks, but big pieces. And this would be a good block to extract that idea out, you know? So I'll incorporate that later. Anyway, so we're going to have one window here and then a diagonal window there, I think. If I can fit all this. Like this will be the big centerpiece window at the end. So it should be pretty big. So, is this correct? I think that's nice. I'll probably beef up the walls, though, by using the plates from earlier, like, right about there. And then maybe one here. But yeah, that's cool. So it's like diagonal windows. That's the idea. I have not yet actually picked anything for the glass. I will say there's some good choices. I don't know if there's like mosaic glass or stained glass. Well, obviously there's stained glass, but like colored ones. Like, oh, this is so cool. Look at the choices, man. Yeah, I'll go crazy with that later. Let's just bring this bit down. Yeah, those massive bricks, man, that's cool. I don't even have to really texture with that. I just place each one, but they have like their own unique texture to them. That is fire. Let's see how this looks on the map. Oh my god, it's huge. That looks awesome. Very cool. Well, we're really close to having the full structure done, which is crazy. It's taking me like 2 hours to do. Man, I don't love this. I'd rather do copycat slabs here and use massive stone bricks. Or sandstone bricks. This plate thing works in small doses, but it's pretty samey once you do this much of it. This'll be a hard edge. What on earth is this? Okay, so now, at a glance, do a little flyby. I mean, the front is not done, but I think that the overall core idea is almost there. It does look cool. I mean, the tower, I think, is doing a lot of heavy lifting because I've spent the most time detailing it. This part's very plain. But, man, you can see where it's starting to come together. I still want to lower down the ground here to make the windows feel taller and make this feel like more of a fortress. So let me just do that real quick with Axiom. I'll just make sure to... I'll cut this part out. You guys don't really need to see this. Alright, there we go. So now it's much more of like a basin. And this is floating, but I'm going to bring these walls down so it feels like the windows are not just at ground level, because that was not really the goal for this. So it doesn't really matter for the other side, which, by the way, is still... It looks like it was pillaged, for God's sakes, by Vikings. But I don't need to worry about symmetry really for this, because that side doesn't go down. But yeah, let's just bring this down. And that should make the entire thing feel taller as well. Oh, this is missing plates. That side's good, though. Okay. Oh, I like that the base is these massive sandstone bricks, and the top is more fine, small ones. That's like a nice texture gradient. Oh, I guess that part should not be there. This needs to go in. Well, here, this is what I'll do. I think I could just move it, right? Yeah, that kind of works, right? Like, what is this? Alright, so, how does that look? Yeah, it looks a little more formidable. We're going to need some detail for sure. I mean, I've definitely not paid enough attention to this part of the build, the front. I've spent a lot of time on the tower. And the front, like the literal front. So let's finish this part up. Let's officially tidy up the front, figure out where the windows will go. Do some slopes, do this roof here. These will be the next immediate tasks. So I'll put symmetry back on. It'd be cool to fit another diagonal window in here. Just don't know if the wall is gonna match up. We'll see. Like right there? I mean, a small one maybe. I mean, that could work. Yeah, that could work. Oh, weird front. I'm really improvising here. It's not my favorite. I don't know what exactly is going on here. Need that relief block for detail. It goes vertically? What? I didn't know that. Oh, that is cracked. Holy shit. Building block is insane. That is awesome. Like, look at the detail you can get. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I just want the front to be like a, you know, fairly detailed, but still overall stone thing. Like, it's not going to be, you know, like banners or roofs. It's just like stone. Sandstone. I don't know why this is still so open. Like, what did I do here? What is all this? Why is this so fragmented? Like, it's like someone let a grenade off. What? I'm not making it go up. I don't know why it's doing that. Does that say Chipotle planks? Oh, wait, this beam got broken. I didn't even notice. Whoopsie. Oh, it was there. What on earth? I also would like to tackle the detail of this, because look how plain this is. Like, this is... Ew. Ew, ew, ew. We need to put symmetry back on and add some detail like I did with the tower. It is just much too plain right now. I guess I just need to figure out how I want to do that. Because there's some great detail blocks, obviously. The sandstone relief thing is great. There was that limestone wall thing. There's a baluster. Sided column. Oh, that's cool. That's a good interior thing. But, like, maybe I could line this along the roof? Maybe? That's kind of interesting. And then the relief below it. I mean, the detail here is pretty repetitious. It's not like it's really random, per se. It should be pretty cohesive. But, I don't know, just some, like, little divots. And subtle stuff like that. I talked about doing windows as well. Why am I dual wielding sandstone? This is an odd number, which is a little weird. Like it's 4 and 4, I think. But I can make that work. God, this is annoying. It's a little squat. That's better. I won't be able to have a lot of detail with such small scale windows up here, which is fine. That's cool. Here, let me just build a whole design, and then I'll just copy it. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Is this going to be the same width? I know this front pillar was different. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5. Like, it'll be 2 in the middle. I think it will be the same width. Okay, never mind. False alarm. And then we can copy the whole thing and flip it. Oh, Jesus. I think that's one block too little. Put it there. Oh, it just didn't copy the windows. Oh, okay. Why? What? Okay, you know what? Screw this. We're just going to copy each one. Why is it not copying the window? Hello? Clone. There we go. Like crybaby. I don't know why it's cloning it with these blocks in the middle, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so now let's fill in this part. Get symmetry back on. We do a window up there. Okay. So there's the new detail. That looks good. I mean, the bottom is still lacking a smidge. Maybe like an additional lip like this. Yeah, there's a little something more. Like a little lip there with the wall and a relief. No, the wall's not good. Maybe just that? Or just the relief? I think just the relief. That's the design. Yeah, this is the weird one where it comes out more by one. Let me just fix that. I want them all to be as close as possible. Just fix it like that. Alrighty. Well, oh wait, that looks stupid. Hold on a minute. Oh, that stair looks horrible. Smooth sandstone. Alrighty. This is a little messy. Alright, man, we are getting somewhere. For sure, the front of this needs to be a slope now to match this. I can't remember, did I replace them? I think I just fully replaced the blacks. This will just be a full-on slope, though. Yeah, because it would probably be too thick looking. Oh, well, hold on. No, look. I put the slope on top. That's right. I saw, by the way, that there was a tiled roof chimney. Isn't there? Yeah, this thing. It'd be so cool if there wasn't, like, the chimney means that there will be smoke coming out of it, which is fine. But I wish that there was, like, a block where you could finish the roof properly instead of just leaving it flat or just putting a slab on top. Just feels like, I don't know, incomplete. Okay, so I think what I want to do now is I've been really wanting to do the windows. And I think the best way to do that, like, because of the way that I've been doing it, where there's stuff in the way, is that, like, I'm not just going to put the blocks here because the half slabs are in the way. So, I think instead, we'll get copycat panes or layers or something. Flat pane. Wait, hold on. What is this? Oh, interesting. But I'll do a layer, and that way it'll be one block in, like as close as it could be, pretty much. I don't think that there's a half. Well, there is a half layer. Vertical half layer. Can I put one? Put one there, and there. Ooh. Oh, look at that. And then I do this. Perfect. It would suck that it would be like in the way of that. But then well, this is how I could do it. We'll trim this block. So that's that. And then glass is here. Oh, that's going to be so money. So money. Now, the thing is, I got to decide what I want to do for the windows. So many choices, and I can obviously do a very eclectic mix. But I think stained glass, generally, if it would be in the church at all, would be at the back. And the sides would just be normal. But at the same time, it would be cool to get colorful panes in here, you know? So, I might do like a mixture of magenta. Like, it doesn't honestly matter which one I pick because they're so crazy looking, all these. But just like different ones. Red. Ooh, man, so many cool ones. And just got like a really unique mix. A little bit of blue as well. And then I'll create, well, so I can't put panes in there. I would need the whole blocks for that. Okay, hold on. Redo that. Alright, that's a good mix. Oh, come on, you. Okay, so then I clone this. I'll have to sort it out at the top. Like this actually should just be bite panels. Man, this is so intricate. Oh, that should have been a layer. This should be bite panels. Okay, there's the window. And I'll fill it all in. Oh my god, this is going to be so cool looking. Which part of this is visible? Just this one. Oh, these connect. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. I know I said stained glass would go at the back, but I was just curious. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's a little busy. It definitely is. But it adds some stylization, doesn't it? Man, this is going to take a while, though, to do all these windows. I didn't realize just how many I had. I still don't know if I want to do that level of intricacy for color. And, well, once you're in here, though, it would look so cool. Oh, man, I don't know. First of all, let's get rid of these hooligans in here. Alright, we need Stanley. I feel like I want a level of cohesion in here for the color of the glass that is not this, you know? As cool as it is, I want to just pick one thing, like stained glass, and stick to like just blue or something like that. Like there's cyan. There's light blue. And then there's straight up blue, right? Where's blue? Oh, here it is. Let me see how this would look. Wake up! Nice and tranquil. Okay, because if you walk in, I don't know, that just might feel more cohesive, being just shades of blue. But I do want to think about what also would look good from the outside. And blue is, I mean, it's strong, so I could go more with like the warm theme that I've already done here. And just do like orange, I don't know. Let me just clone this. Well, it won't take me that long, I guess, if I can just clone the windows. But let's make this one orange. Like just orange, and we'll just mix in a bunch of different choices. Oh, wait, that's money. The way that light caught there? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay. I think that'll... You gotta think about color continuity. It's important. I mean, it's so relaxing, isn't it? Incredibly relaxing. Okay, clone that. That's definitely the play. Wait, what the frickle? This window is weird. Why is there a wall there? No idea. See, God, I have no idea what the windows are supposed to line up. There's like ruins in here, straight up. I mean, should I like use that to my advantage? I don't know. I mean, it just looks kind of unfinished, but I don't know how it got this bungled on this side of the plate. Oh, goodness me. I kind of want to start doing the interior now. I do. And that means fixing that side because it just looks terrible. It's like, where do I even start? Jesus Christ. I don't want to mess up that side. I might intentionally keep symmetry off. Well, why don't I just copy it over? Like, I'll just grab this. Let's just do that. Let me grab all of this plus the windows. I should be able to figure out where this is supposed to line up. Right there? Or is it one block in? I think it's... Well, that's one block in from that. Like that. Here, we'll crack the ruler out and we'll see if I did it right. Ruler. It is... Well, hold on, the height is wrong. So from here to here is 11 blocks. Here to here is... Okay, it's 13 blocks. Okay, that's because this is still here. This needs to go. That's right. Okay, hold on. I don't know what happened, genuinely. I think this is correct then, because if it was 11 blocks here and 13 there, and I'm getting rid of 2 blocks, then this is also 13. So I did it right. Man, oh man, there's so much work to do in here. Alright, well, those walls needed to be put in there. And then now, well, it's almost flat. But we'll do like a bunch of big columns and pews and stuff. What is all this? I have no idea. This could be a stairwell, actually. We'll leave this open. Come back to that. As far as the floor is concerned, gotta think about what I want to do for that. Some sort of like terracotta. I don't know, but something that's got some texture to it. Terracotta bricks. Like a fancy tile. There are so many choices. I mean, I could go with like a ornate floor design. Something that complements the colors already in here that are warm. I mean, I know I said this is like a Christian church with the cross, but I feel like this is feeling very colorful and Spanish almost with these colors. Let's just experiment. Move, Stanley. So, I don't know if that'll be it, but I like that it matches the windows. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, but now, I talked about columns. And I could just use, like, the straight up column from Dawn of Time. This thing. Where you can literally, like, make a column. And that's cool. But I mean, I could use that, but I want to do more. And I might incorporate the relief with it. I don't know how, but make some like really beefy columns, and they're all gonna line up pretty much exactly with this right here. But I feel like they should be like at least 2 blocks thick. But not so thick that they obstruct your view too much. I mean, we could make a custom one where we just use the plates as the like a custom column like this. But it just feels a little boring. I don't know. Also, is that too close? I don't think so. I want them to be spaced out in even intervals too. We need an arch in between these, like how we've had a common theme with the arched windows. Probably more than that, actually. This is a good spot for where some fancy terracotta could go. Like the glazed terracotta options. Is there an orange one? There's gotta be orange. Oh, that's orange? Why does it have so much blue and white in it? That looks so stupid. What is orange that I could use? Not a lot, honestly. I know Dawn of Time has a section for Persian stuff. Anything good in here? I mean, these could be interesting. I used these in my Roman build recently. Oh, like, that's cool. I mean, I'm just blending cultures at this point. This is not just one type of church. What is this? It's so dark right here. What is that? This is a whole block. Okay. Is this too close? I'm tripping myself up here. The center point is right there. Yeah, okay. I knew something was off. Alright, let's move this over then. I'm just going to copy that over when I'm done. Yeah, that's just the way to do it. I mean, it's pretty subtle up there, I will say. It's not like you can really see that much detail. But I'm glad that it's there. This is also very flat, and this is, I think, where the relief would come in handy. Oh, but it connects like that? Can I make it not connect? Not really, no. It all stinks. Well, because if it's 3 blocks long, the pillars, that's just really, really thick. I mean, I could do it on the ends. Like that. But I want something on this. Like, this wall is too flat, as is. What could I put? I mean, I could do the... No, I can't, because the relief is going to connect. I mean, okay, this is what I could do. I could do bite panels. Just spend more time doing it. Yeah, that'll be cool if I trim that. Put some of this stuff in there. Because that basically looks like the relief. Straight up. This block right there. Okay. That looks nice. We need a little bit of detailing here. Were there any other ones in that tab? Yeah, there's different mosaics. That is so cool. What? Oh, we gotta do the windows up there too. That'll add some detail. Let me do that right now. All right. Window. That's right. Getting distracted. So it's a bunch of... Well, let me just get the straight up block right here. We'll just use this. It already has it in there. Is that... No, that needs to be window. I thought something was up. Alright, now we clone that. Like, Axiom is just so useful, man. Jesus. Oh, wait. Does this work? Oh, I didn't even try to line it up. Just got lucky. Yes, it does work. Sweet. Alright, so back to this detail then. I don't want it to jut out too far from the wall, but there's a good chance that... Oh, wait, there's... No way. They have walls with patterns in them? That's so cool. Oh, man. Fire. I don't know how I feel about this part. Wait, is there a stair? No way there's a stair that has this pattern in it. Oh my god, there is? Not for all of them, but there is this one. This place is so cool. And also some banners would be interesting. I guess orange, but there's also like orange and blue. That's like kind of the theme we got going on here. So, wow, yeah, this is really cool. Let me start cloning some of this down. Oh my god. I want to place the torch. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, so let's clone these arches. How would I do that? I guess what I'm missing here is the left part, so we'll clone this side, I believe. Right? I think that's good. And, oh wow, it's going to end like pretty much right there. Minus a little bit, but that's fine. And then we'll grab all this and rotate it. Ooh, cool. Oh, it grabbed that middle pillar. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, that needs to... I'll make that look better, but we're getting somewhere, man. Look at this. Starting to feel like a church. I thought about it for lighting, because it's so dark in here without torches. We could have candles down below, and then we could have chains with meteor lights, and we could do a mixture of lanterns and the meteor light with chains. All the meteor light is just like a colored end rod, pretty much. So before I do that, let's design some like wooden supports right here, and then I'll have the chains mixed in between them. I don't know what is going on back here. Jeez. We need symmetry on. Now there's some wooden supports, or beam support, something like that. This thing. We could start with this. I guess at this level. Why are they going sideways? That's weird. There we go. That's fine. And then, I think that's the beam itself. Yeah, they'll connect up to all the pillars. That's fine. Just clone that over. And then I want to do the same thing I did before with the copycat beams. And this, I'll put spruce in my offhand. And this could be... I don't know where it would like hook up is the only thing. Like what it'll connect to. I mean, I could do like a spruce beam. Like of actual logs. This stuff. Might get in the way a little bit of the details, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, it kind of will, but I think that's fine. And then that would allow me to do a beam strut. Here? Yeah, like that's really cool. I really like that. Goes up the ceiling really nicely. You won't even really see this that much. Because the torches are not going to be up here. Yeah, that's awesome. Really cool. Wait, what the frickle? Oh, wait a minute. The pillars are not in the right spot. What? Hold on. That's why there was a pillar randomly in the middle. How did that happen? Okay, we're going to delete this. Delete all that. And we're just going to clone all of this. Just clone the entire wall. just so I don't forget anything. Let me just finish up a little bit of detail here. I do think I want the columns. The straight up block one. This one. And the sided column could be cool too. As details up here. I don't know. I don't know how that could like fit really in here. Alright, well, let's just start with that. Let's clone that over. Just put that into place. Although, wait. Are the windows even aligned? Okay, they are. But the walls are not. Oh, because I flipped it. Right, okay. When I flip it that way, it's also flipping it, you know, like that corner is where that corner is. So that actually won't work. That's why it messed up earlier. Ah, okay. So we're going to undo that. How can I flip it, but also preserve the direction? Is that even possible? I guess I could flip it and then just move it down a few blocks so that the columns are, in fact, lined up. Because if I do this, the columns will be on the wrong side. So I flip that like that. And then, do I shift it down, maybe? Like this? Now the columns are lined up. That might work. It's just going to create a weird gap here. I don't know. I think that's fine, though. I'll just tidy it up. I talked about layering paint earlier, and I'll just keep using that same analogy where, like, okay, maybe this isn't perfect right now, but I'll put symmetry on, and then I'll add some details so that this side will look more or less the same. All right, that's really the main vision. Although, wait, hold on. That is wrong. There's only so much layering paint can really get you if it's going to be that off. I just don't know why the columns are so off. What if we just do the columns straight up? Okay, maybe we just do that. I'll just do the columns, and then I'll clone this part. I don't know why it was getting so off, but now it's all lined up. Yeah, like what? Something in the process of flipping it changes like the orientation of it. So, okay, this is where I'll put symmetry back on. The hard part's done with the columns. And now I will just paint in this texture here. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think what's most important is still filling in the windows so that the entire exterior is complete. So I'm just going to do a little bit more in here. I guess we could do the pews. That'll be really simple. But then we'll move on to wrapping up the exterior. I was editing this morning, trying to catch up on all the recording that I've done. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is past 3 hours now, I bet. So I need to speed this along, or like I'm definitely not going to finish this probably, at least in the level that I would like to finish it at, which is a little unfortunate, but I'm not trying to make you guys watch a 5-hour video, so I'll just do what I can with like the last, I don't know, 30 some minutes or so. Okay, well that's more or less symmetrical now. Let's do the windows in this wall. That's really bothering me still. Let's put symmetry on. There's just so much light pouring in here still. And for the lighting to look correct, you gotta plug these holes. Do a window there, window there. This is going to be covered. I guess this should extend back? Or it could slope up. Alright, that's fine. So now it should feel a little darker in here. Okay. Much better lighting now. And then I don't know if I'll do orange windows everywhere, because I feel like it could be cool to draw your attention towards the end. And I feel like I said blue and orange are a good theme. Could be cool to have a third color, like green glass. Because there's already trees right there. I don't know if that would work, but like, what a cool shot. With the mountains right there. Wow. I'll definitely do orange up there just so it's consistent with the other windows, but... Or that could be stained glass all the way in the back, like the mixture, the rainbow of different colors. But let me do what I know that I'll do for now, which is orange glass in this stuff. I'll just grab this same stuff here. Well, I'll just get actually a new one. White panel and a copycat panel. Just to save myself some headache. Let's clone this. No way. Not again. I crashed the game. Well, I fixed it by filling the blocks with air, but whatever. Whatever. Here's the lesson. If you are ever building with copycats and you're using Axiom, just don't fucking clone anything. It almost always is going to crash at some point. Like, you saw me clone this stuff, and that was fine. But no, the moment we clone this one, that's when it crashes. So, it's super inconsistent. I don't know what causes the bug, but it's something to do with Axiom and copycat. So just don't even bother. I'm just going to do this side. Whatever. Whatever. I mean, here, look. Surely this is possible, right? I'm going to just completely ignore my own rules. Flip it around. Boom, boom, boom. And, boom. Oh, it works! Okay. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's like a game of Russian roulette. Whatever. Well, let me clean up these holes then. Now there's a gigantic gap in the wall. Okay. That should be fine on the inside now. I don't know if that screwed up this side at all. Because I had symmetry on. I think it's fine, actually. Okay. Well, let's do this back window now. And also, let's clean up this grass pile here. All right. So, window time. Let's do... Man, this is weird that's diagonal. I don't know if copycat walls connect. Do they? Don't think they do. I mean, these ones do. Because it'd be awesome if I could have diagonal walls and then make them, you know, connect up like that. Like, even if they do that, it just won't work. And there's no glass wall, as far as I'm aware. Not really. So, what I'll do then, I guess, is get... So, I still need to use copycat, so we could use vertical stairs. And just use hole blocks. I think that'll be fine. And this could be glass panes. I guess I won't need to use the panels for this. This can just be straight up glass panes. So let's get a bunch of different ones. Light blue, green, purple. I don't think I want it to be symmetrical though. How is that? Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So then this will be whole blocks. Oh, that's sick. That is awesome. So it's all very much in view right now because of the torches. I talked earlier, I never actually did it, about doing meteor lights, which are those colored end rods, basically. We could do like orange and blue and red. They don't have actual color to them, so they're all gonna look the same. But I was thinking I could probably fix that by just placing a candle on top of each one, because these ones have color. So for example, like the blue one, the orange one, we'll take, you know, orange. Oh wait, can I not place it on top? Is that not a block? Oh, the block is what? This part isn't a block, but this is. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Hold on, this is weird. So, candle. Turn that on. Put the meteor light in there. I can't tell if the candle's doing a whole lot. Like, let me compare. This is... Oh, that doesn't give off any light. What? That's weird. This, I think, does. I mean, it's extremely subtle, but I think it does. So I could then add to that. Yo, that's cool. That's really cool. And then the other meteor light, the blue one, would be like this. It's so weird that I have to like place it inside of it. That is so rad. I mean, conversely, I could just do candles. I mean, these aren't really adding a lot. Like, the orange one looks cool, but this one is, I don't know, a little odd. Like, I could just do like a candelabra type of thing. I mean, there are candlesticks. I don't know. I mean, maybe a candelabra would be interesting. Let me think about this. Let's do the pews first of all. Like rows of, you know, spruce chairs or whatever. Okay, got distracted. Pew time. So this will probably just be stairs. I think that's a pretty easy way to do that. It's a little awkward that these pillars are kind of in the way. I guess you would do it like this. I mean, literally, like, would it just be going in the middle of it? Maybe. think. How is that going to look? Maybe one less. That's good. I want them to feel a little sturdier than that, though, and I think a trapdoor would be a good way to do that. Just wonder if there are any, like, little bits and pieces that are spruce. Spruce lattice. That's cool, but shadows don't look quite right. Yeah, trapdoors are cool. Talk about the worst seat in the house. Right here. Okay, and then they would probably stop before this door for sure. Right about there. Okay, well that's framing this nicely. I never did finish the bite panels on this thing because of the way I had to flip it around, so let's do that now. Let me turn symmetry off. I won't need that for this. Alright, man, that was kind of tedious, and you can even really tell what I did, but that's fine. Totally fine. So now, what should I do next? I mean, I'm getting low on time, dude. I gotta wrap this thing up soon. We don't want to be here all day, but I think that window needs to be done. Front windows need to be done, and then we'll do some candelabras. And that should be good. Yo, there's creepers in the rafters. Oh my god. So, yeah, I don't know if the meteor lights really are going to work or make sense. So let's just do candles. We'll do blue and orange. We'll make a little candelabra design. And oh, I guess the column, the iron bar column thing, what was it called? The thing I put on top of the church steeple. That would be useful. Iron column, that's right. So this I'll have symmetry on for. And we'll have them in like every section. Oh, they don't really rest on it is the only issue. Well, let me see how this would look. I mean, maybe it's fine if they don't rest on it, you know? I mean, you're not looking that close, are you? Oh! Never mind. Holy shit. Look at this. It's like it was meant to be used for a candelabra. How did I do that? It's like a little goblet. Oh, that's so cool. That is perfect. Wow, okay. Let's just clone this, right? I don't think I'll do orange candles. I think I'll just do light blue as like an accent up here. I mean, is it honestly too low, though? I might want to put it down by 1 block. I'll cut all the torches out once the windows are in, because that'll like block out some more light. Let's do this part on the front. This will just be, yeah, orange, I think. These should be easy. These are small. And what happened here? Jesus. Let me fix this real quick. Must have never done that that side. Oh, sweet. Looks great. I think, yeah, that's all the windows. Oh, except for this tiny, tiny window I did at the top here. Hold on. Forgot about this one. Cool. So now let's cut the torches. I mean, that is so cool. Look at this place, man. I actually kind of like that that one doesn't have, you know, color to it, by the way. I just noticed that. It looks kind of like a different thing. It caught my eye. This is so cool. I know it's like impractically dark. Maybe I could accent that by putting candles. It's so dark I can't even see what I'm doing. Hold on. Like a candle on every single end, maybe? It's just gonna float is the only problem. What about this? God, it sticks out so far. Like, that's ridiculously far out. I'd have to have like a whole block, pretty much. I don't really want to do that. But I want to light up the pews somehow. I mean, just for the sake of like a screenshot, we could do it this way. That's cool. I like how that's catching the light of the columns. That's pretty interesting. It's kind of intense though, isn't it? I wonder if one candle would have been better. Like, I could have it be intense on these columns, which, by the way, I need to finish that panel. Like, right there, it could be kind of intense to highlight that, but not so much here. Yeah, that's cool. It's kind of varied. Wow, that's so cool. This side... Oh, if there's bite panels on it, it doesn't catch any light. Maybe we just have them come down to a little bit. I don't want it to completely destroy the light bouncing. Alright, that's pretty cool. I mean, The only thing that's bothering me a little bit is just this kind of like, whatever you call this part of the roof, the bowl, it's like a Sistine Chapel or something. I need a little bit of a covering of that. With some wood, I think. I wanted some supports in here, but that might be a little too much. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, gamers, this has been a long one. Jeez, probably the longest build yet, and you can see why. This is a pretty big project, but hope you thought it was cool. I apologize for not being able to finish it. I just don't want to be here for like 8 hours. I think that would be too long for a video, so this is all I'll do for now. We can always revisit it later, but I hope you liked this video, and I will see you next time.